Do you know how a car is started?
We just need to gently press the start button.
The engine and electrical system in the car will start to work. So how does it work? Boss, please give a like.
Today we will explain the principle of car starting. In fact, whether it is our mechanical key,
Or keyless start, or starting with a mobile app. The principle is similar to the crank on a tractor. When an engine is at rest, to rotate the engine, the first cylinder must be assisted by to drive the engine to rotate.
the old way of starting a tractor is purely manual.
Insert a crank handle on the engine's crankshaft and rotate the crankshaft by hand to complete the first compression of the engine and
then the engine can run by itself.
But the manual crank is not only but also unsafe.
So there was a starter motor later.
To replace human power, connect a motor to the flywheel of the engine,
When starting the engine, we only need to power the motor.
which can make the motor rotate the engine's crankshaft. Our mechanical key
Remote control keys, mobile apps, etc.
are just a switch to energize the motor and battery. Starting means powering the motor. After the motor is powered, the headgear will extend out, engaging with the flywheel. The motor's rotation drives the engine to run.
Due to the large gear ratio between the motor and the flywheel,
After the engine starts and runs, the motor needs to be disconnected. Retract the motor gear. Otherwise,
the engine flywheel will rotate the motor very fast.
which can easily damage it.
The new 48-volt mild hybrid in recent 2 years. One is to make the starter motor more powerful, allowing the motor to start the engine faster,
And smoother.
but it still drives the engine through a belt. Its power and torque are limited.
And cannot drive the car alone. This is called ABS-G motor. Simple structure and low cost.
It doesn't need to increase fuel injection in the early stage.
Most mild hybrids use this kind of motor now. BMW, Cadillac, and so on all use this type. The other is called an integrated motor, also known as ISG motor,
It is directly installed between the engine and the gearbox.
and is synchronized with the crankshaft. It cancels the traditional belt structure. It has greater power. It can only start the car. It can also drive purely electrically at low speed. And power recovery. Of course, this structure is more complex and higher cost, but it also has a better fuel economy. Mercedes-Benz and Volvo's 48 volts use this kind of motor.
Behind this simple start button on the car,
Represents
the result of decades of technological development.
from manual cranks to mechanical keys, and then to 48 volt.
Each step is to make the engine start faster.
More stable and fuel efficient. Now boss, do you understand the principle? Do you understand it better? Finally, don't forget to follow me.